and in this video, the focus will be on my client Claris, right? And Claris will be given numerology divination reading. Now, Claris, my client, has a name vibration of 4. And how did I get the number 4? I got it by adding the alphabets. Each alphabet has a numerical value. After adding, I reduced it to 4, and that would bring you to the vibration of Rahu, the shadow planet. Shadow because it is an imaginary planet in the Hindu or Vedic astrology of planetary bodies. So number 4 resonates or corresponds with the planetary powers or energies of the planet Rahu. What does it entail? So if you keep calling her Claris, and the sound of Claris, two-syllabic sound, equals 4. Remember, friends, that sound is energy. Okay, this would be a symbol, but when you pronounce it 4, then there's already sound going into the ether, and that will create with its frequency, energy, and even energetic fields that are related to it. Okay, so number 4 represents basically stability, the ability to have what I would call a foundation. So it's stable, it's predictable. I'm putting inverted commas because sometimes number 4, all of a sudden up and about, and you are thinking, hey, what happened? You have been so consistent all these years, and then you've just changed overnight. Yes, that too is a 4 vibration. If they do something, if they focus on anything, be it religion, philosophy, or the mundane things about life, the technicalities of life, they will really give their utmost best. After a while, all of a sudden, unexpectedly, the 4 vibration will just make a turnabout and do something different, which may shock and awe the world, sometimes, okay? Because Rahu, the shadow planet, it's like a scientist. He thinks ahead, very unconventional. But when he focuses on something to be done, he will make sure it is done very well. So Claris, therefore, the sound vibration of Claris is stability, integrity, industrious work. Very dependable sound vibration. Right? Now, the karmic number of Claris is 11. So the karmic number is the birth date. So if I'm born on the 4th of July, then my karmic number will be 4. If you are born on the 16th of January, then your karmic number will be 6 plus 1. 16, 1, 6. 6 plus 1 will give you 7. That is your karmic number. We try to reduce it to a single digit. However, the number 11 and the number 22, we do not reduce it. We leave it as it is. But when we are doing our calculations, of course, we have to bring it down to 2. Otherwise, we let it go on the octave of 11, which is a higher vibration, frequency, energy, and hence power compared to number 2. If number 2 is intuitive, then number 11 is psychic. Okay, so it's stronger energy vibration. Now, she's got a karmic number 11, Claris. You've got a karmic number 11, which means from a very young age, you are deeply intuitive. Sometimes when you have a karmic number 11, your birth number, then from a very young age, you come from a spiritual or religious family. If both are not likely, then it may be a very philosophical family where parents are always talking about ideas, ethics, philosophy. They're discussing about how the world ticks, why is this wrong, why is that right. So the 11 vibration deals mostly with something deep within the psyche. It's also connected very strongly with emotions. So the emotions are important for number 2 because they get emotional. Number 11 can get very emotional. So it is good, therefore, if you have in 11 as your karmic number, Claris, it is good to try to regulate and control your emotion, especially, Claris, the notion of being impulsive. You know, you see something, you want it right away. No. So for 11 and number 2 as well, it is important to, if you desire something so badly, don't go and get it at once, because sometimes it may not be a good decision. What is good would be to sit on it first and weigh the pros and cons before you go out and acquire it. Okay, so this would be a very invaluable advice to those who are born under number 11 for the karmic number. Now, if you are already in a religious path or a spiritual path, then I say fantastic. Because 11 always, like number 7, remember 2, 7, they are connected because they both are moon numbers. 7 is Ketu, which is another shadow planet, but it's quite close to the moon in terms of its vibration. So you find that, if you are brought up in a spiritual or religious background, then it'll be beneficial for number 11, because they have some kind of a buffer, where they can use the emotions to bring it up and pray to God, to take an emotion like love and elevate it for something beautiful like the concept of God. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. Now, the destiny number for Claris is 3. Now, that is a very auspicious number, Claris, especially for your destiny. Okay, so what is the destiny? From the time you were born, friends, until the time you leave this planet, which means you die, that motion that you are taking, the path that you are walking, the things that you are inclined to do, the decisions that you are making, all these things will be considered the path of destiny. Okay, so if you have 3 for your destiny path, then I would say you are very lucky. And especially more if you have karmic for 11, or if you have 11 for karmic. Okay, why? Because the difference between the moon and the Jupiter vibration is this. The moon vibration always functions at a more, no, I wouldn't use the word lower, but I would use a more mystical dimension. So therefore, it lacks practicality. The moon moves into the dimension of the ether, which means, things astral, things spiritual, things mystical, things that are not easily understood or replicated by experience in the normal practical world. Therefore, we say lunar, lunatic, because it deals with a different kind of vibration. Now, Jupiter is down to earth. Jupiter is not earthy but down to earth, because the intelligence and the vibration of Jupiter is such that it tends to see everything from a higher, more objective perspective. And therefore, it is very easy for the Jupiter vibration of 3 to really get at the root matter of any event, situation in your life. Okay, Clarice? So therefore, if you have 11 for a karmic number and you have 3 for a destiny number, you are well balanced. You think of it in your mind, Clarice, you think of it as a psyche, a marriage between a man and a woman. The woman is a karmic number and the man is a Jupiter number, or the destiny number. So you have 11 and 3, you would then create a balance. Emotions, yet clarity of thought, objective thinking. Now, the other thing which is important for Jupiter, for number 3 for Clarice, is that it gives her that natural ambition and intelligence to move forward and do some kind of studies in her life. So the opportunity will always be there for Clarice. The minute she wants to enhance and improve and go up in terms of her education. Education can mean academic education. Education can also mean things that you learn on the job. Go for training, go for higher training, go for things like that. So this would be a lovely balance for Clarice between the emotional side, which is her karmic, and then of course her destiny, a path, a moving path where there's always she strikes some kind of a balance. I want to go back a little bit to the karmic number because I forgot to say something else. Now, a definition of karmic number, Clarice. Now, unlike the Western definition of birth number, which just means your birthday number, the karmic number would imply that what you have within you at the time of birth, the software that is you and not another person, will be accumulation of all the previous births in your life. Your meaning not Clarice, but the elevated soul, the consciousness, the pure spirit. Because in this life, the spirit then incarnates with a body called Claris, the body mind complex. So that software I'm talking about, that is more than Claris. That is also within Claris. When I say within, unfortunately, I've got to use language like that, within, without, because we are living in this kind of reality where we have, external and then internal. So internal would mean I'm referring to the subconscious, to your consciousness, to your emotions, to your mind, things that are not easily seen, but the symptoms are then visible in the body language, in the actions that they perform. Okay, so we have a 4, 11, and a 3. Let's go to the personal power yantra. The personal or the PPY. The personal power yantra, Clarice, deals with, all right, that powerful energy you have within your inner core, called what? It is called your willpower. It is the willpower that thrusts you, that propels you to achieve, to do things, it creates ambition. It creates focus, and it creates that energy that says, I want to compete. I want to be better than them. If they have this, I want that. Now, this is all that raw energy, the willpower. In the case of Clarice, you have the PPYS3. Now, that is extremely auspicious news because already your destiny number is 3, and that is really good. Now, if your PPY is also 3, that is your willpower, the inner core, is also to the vibration of 3, Jupiterian Jupiter, Guru. The Hindus call him Guru Bhagwan. Therefore, you are a very smart lady. I would say you would make a wonderful supervisor, a wonderful manager, a wonderful counselor because of the 3, very good teacher. You make a fantastic teacher, a good lecturer, a good commentator. Like you're commentating over things like gatherings and all that, because the 3 is always upfront. The 3 is not retiring. Okay, so the 3 is a leader. We call number 1 the leader, like the sun. We also call number 3 a leader. We call him or her a spiritual leader or a psychic leader, because the the radiance and the brilliance of 3 is slightly different from the radiance and the brilliance of number 1. So, each one in its own, you've got the spiritual sun 3, and then you've got the solar wise sun number 1. So Jupiter, the spiritual, not ethereal, but spiritual is the right word. And then number 1, you say the sun, Ravi, Surya, that will be the other kind of intelligence. And your lucky numbers, Clarice, would be 2373. Now, this combination of 2373 I got by after calculating, so I didn't just give it to you. Now, it's a good combination, and again, you can use it to buy lottery. You can use it if you want to, have a new phone number, if they allow you to have the last four digits, or any other things that you can do where they allow you to use four digits or to incorporate your own four digits to the existing number. Then you can use 2373, which is your personal number. Another person should not be using it. Okay, so come again, let's do a summary now, Claris. You have four very important coordinates, numerical or numerology divination coordinates for you in this birth. 4, 11, 3, 3. Okay, now that is a very, especially the last two numbers, Clarice, I would say they are very sturdy. They're very strong. They have, a sense of consolidated wisdom, right? And don't forget, by the way, I've made a mistake in this printing. So I do apologize. Clarice, please take note. The number 3 for the PPY, Personal Power Yantra, is not Mars, it is Jupiter. Okay, I made a glaring mistake and I do apologize because Mars will be number 9. Okay, Clarice? So please forgive me for the glaring error. Apart from that, then remember number 4 is stability and hardworking and a person who can deliver whatever you want. That person can give you because of that ability to work hard. Number 11 gives you a higher spiritual state, higher psychic state. You can be religious, you can be spiritual, you can be philosophical, and it puts you into that lunar kind of vibration, right? So you can, if you are very keen, Clarice, if you are very keen into things like, paranormal, supernatural, things like ESP, remote viewing, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, so all the, use things that mediums use in order to download the information and then present it to the world, you are definitely capable of doing it, Clarice. And also in your case, it is definitely so because you have the powerful vibration of Jupiter. And I told you all before that Jupiter is intelligence, practical intelligence. In other words, if you have a lot of Jupiter vibrations in your numerology divination, you are going to do very well in examinations because you have the ability to absorb, be practical, apply it in a practical way, and not live in a very la di da kind of never never land world. Okay, and then of course the two Jupiter numbers, destiny and the power personal power yantra, would then consolidate you in your ability later in life. You've already started working and all that, but later, maybe in your mid 40s, these numbers will force you to become a leader in a career. I'm talking of promotion, or if it's not promotion, a switch to a new job where you're given better responsibilities and respect, and of course, better salary. Because everybody loves to employ a number 3 energy to lead, direct, and also troubleshoot and R&D, research and development. That is also your strength, Clarice, because remember number 4, hardworking, dependable, they will do the work consistently, right? So is there a weak number here? No. All the numbers are good in their own right. And with the combination of 4, 11, 3, 3, Clarence, and with the lucky numbers of 2, 3, 7, 3, and with the blessings of Rahu, Moon, and Jupiter, okay, there's no Mars, remember, I'm sorry, then I would say, Clarice, you are one heck of a lady. Absolutely. I wish all the best for you, Godspeed, and I hope you will benefit from this reading.